try to get into really good.
Just the porter they made, I think, is the best beer I've ever. It's my favorite.
I like IPAs when we came with the IPA.
I didn't like them at first. They're starting to grow on me a little bit.
Can't do it.
I got a brother in California that makes beer. Anyway, hi, I'm MJ Hale at Fiddlers Anonymous with Jack Endelouz. And he's out here playing tonight for.
I don't know. I mean, we're going to play Wilco's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. It's my group, Endelouz, Tab Spencer, and Ryan Orr's group. Just kind of all getting together and playing this album. It was originally supposed to come out on September 11th, 2001. It didn't for other reasons, and so we just decided tonight we'd all get together and play the album here at Fiddlers Night.
No better way to spend a rainy day. I can't imagine. So, how long have you been playing?
I got my first guitar at 12, I guess.
Who got you your first?
My mom got it for me. She actually came tonight.
She is here tonight.
She came here tonight, so my mother actually got my first guitar for me.
How many instruments do you play?
I mean, guitar, pedal steel, harmonica, mandolin, probably some. Singing, that's about it. That's all it's at, really.
This is the first song that you learned to play.
Gosh, remember that band Soul Asylum?
I do.
Runaway Train, I think, is the first song I remember playing.
Trains are a thing for me. So, guitar's your favorite, I guess, to play?
You know, I played lead guitar for a lot of bands for a while, and started playing pedal steel for a bunch of people for a good while, and then at a moment I just realized what I really wanted to do was sing. So lately, last year or so, I've been kind of sing and play my stuff more, and not be out there doing other things. Pedal steel was great for a long time, and I felt like I really wanted to sing and play, and I just was all the time gone doing it.
I like pedal steel. But, and this is a question that I've asked so many musicians in Chattanooga, and I'm so excited that I'm going to get the right answer this time. But you do originals. A lot of, bands in Chattanooga don't, because for a long time it wasn't, it was just a cover band kind of town. But Chattanooga's kind of going through a renaissance right now. It's really, exciting to witness. What do you think about it?
I mean, I would say there's definitely a market for original music here. I feel like when I first moved here, I kind of fell right into that with the first little groups that were, down where the local where JJ's was, or all this kind of thing. I don't know, I kind of came here at that period of time, so I feel like whenever that started, I feel like I knew all those guys. So it's good like that. On the worst side, sometimes I feel like we're like Branson, Missouri, where we're trying to bring in groups that were popular, or like you said, cover bands and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that part of the tourist part of that, I don't think is going to get us anywhere or move us forward. You know what I mean? But I think that part is there too. That's, I don't say the dark. I'll say they are the dark side of this. There's a lot of that. There's just plenty of that too. So.
For a long time, in bars locally around here, if you don't sing something that they can sing along with every third song or so, you lost them, it seems. But
and I was living in Memphis before I came here, and I think one thing that will determine whether this, people writing their own music catches on is in Memphis. If you're the best band, Memphis could help you become on a national stage. If Chattanooga can embrace its original music and move it forward, then it will see that grow. But if they don't, we'll continue to get bands that were famous in the 80s, or B-level touring acts or cover groups. It really is how can the city benefit these artists and move them forward, and if they can do that, then they will succeed. If not, it's really on the city and the scene both, I guess, at the same time.
I got high hopes for it. So what's in your CD player in your car right now?
Listen to a lot of Stones. I suppose that's probably what's in there.
Can't go wrong with Stones.
Anything they did in the 70s, I think, is the best. Like their 70s albums, I think, are the best band of all time. You know, just you could even cut down just those things. I could listen to them all the time.
What was that album they had with the zipper that actually zipped?
Sticky Fingers.
I have that one in California. Or
It's great. I
Arizona.
love that.
If I still have it. Okay. So how many original albums do you have already out right now?
This is the 4th Endelouz record, the one we just released earlier this year. So,
Where can we go to purchase your?
they got them here at Fiddlers Anonymous. You can get them. It's on iTunes. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on the internet. If you can spell Endelouz, you can find us. We're the only thing on the internet right now spelled that way. Endelouz.
So since that's not actually your last name, what's the origin of that?
Well, all right. We really love Kerouac, you know, and he wanted to combine all of his books in the end of his career into what he called the story of Jack Deleuze or something like that. Jack Deleuze was a character, and so Of Deleuze was one of the books, one of the side books, and so we really love Kerouac, and so we toying around with being called Of Deleuze, and we didn't want to be so direct, so we decided we would just take that as an idea and just make up something that felt like our own name at that point. So that's kind of, we took that as our base, and we just came up with that, and we decided at least if it wasn't something that people recognized, it gave us a chance to be whatever we were going to be.
What record label are you under right now?
We are currently free from that. We did that last record, the Least of All Records from Brooklyn, but we fulfill our contractual obligations, and we are available.
Available. Do you have a studio that you're working out of currently?
I love Mitch's studio on the North Shore. I have a little analog set up with some old SSL trees and stuff like that I run. We're working on kind of a raw album right now. It's a little more, not country, but a little more country, I guess.
A little twangy.
A little twangy, a little more raw than.
Who does your cover art for your?
The Alpha Brothers did the last one. They were really good. Dave Ruiz from 423. Well, back when there was a 423 bragging rights, Dave Ruiz did one of them. So, those guys are great. Both those guys are great. The Alpha Brothers, there's two of them. You gotta look at those guys if you can.
Well, you have to give me all the necessary information.
Will, sure.
If they were going to make a movie of your life, what would it be called, and who would play you?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to write a book about relationship advice. It was going to be called There's a Spider in Your Loofah and Other Things I Forgot to Tell You. But I don't know about the other. That's a tough question.
Spiders my spirit animal.
Is it?
Yeah. Let's see. Do you have a muse? Or have you ever had a muse?
No. I mean, I suppose I wish. I don't know.
Well,
not specifically.
What kind of strings do you favor?
I don't know, I switch them a lot, you know. I don't even know what's on there. I got elixirs on the acoustic, you know. You got to keep those elixirs on those acoustics because they last forever. Not 100% sure what's even on there. I've been using those Gibson strings, the 10s. I like those a lot.
If you could have a conversation with your younger self, what would you say?
Hang in there, kid. I'll probably say, you're going to be fine. Just do it and not worry about all the shit, I guess. And don't lose your heart out there. Those would be the things I would suggest.
Right. Let's see.
That was heavy. That was a heavy question.
Yeah. It's one of my superpowers. So, do you have any causes that you feel passionately about?
I mean, we support the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation and Kenneth King's Believers. That's our little group that we support. They do a lot for raising money for cystic fibrosis. anytime they call us, we'll do whatever they want. So they're kind of our main go-to people.
What led you to that? Because that's very specific.
His mother, she just, I don't know. I believe in her. Ginger Birnbaum. She raises a lot of money for them. I believe in her. I think she, I don't know. I think when I met her, I was like, we gotta help her. This
Gotcha.
person. She's doing the right thing for the right reasons. If you're gonna support somebody, gives anybody money, look them up. Kenneth King's Believers, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation's where they raise their money for.
If your band had a corporate sponsor, who would that be?
I don't know. I would have liked Peavy to pick this up. I play a lot of old vintage Peavy gear. I thought they'd pick this up. Joey paints houses, so maybe maybe DuPont or one of those. I don't know.
Joe's your drummer?
Yeah.
I met him earlier when he came to set
Ace
up.
Hardware. I go to Ace Hardware a lot. They'd be good. Joey likes them.
I have a hard time in Ace Hardware because I can't walk past the
Let
damn
me
paint
ask you
swatches.
this. If they give away free popcorn and I only buy 2 screws that cost 45 cents, how are they staying in business? And 4 people help me find those 2 screws.
Man, I was just there the other day getting a copy of a key, and they have some amazing shit going on in their half-off bin right now. One of the best investments I ever made, rechargeable batteries.
And the service. Call us, Ace. Call us. Let's do a deal.
Let's see. So, if you were to head down to that crossroads and meet that daredevil, what would you exchange for your soul?
It's kind of funny, like we were talking about Kerouac, and a lot of the reason that influences so much is Kerouac kind of follows James Joyce's sort of like Stephen portrait of the artist as a young man, which is the story of Faust, or like in Kerouac's story, it's Odysseus. So no, it's not Odysseus. Orpheus, the one that goes to Hades, like the musician that goes to Hades. And same thing with Faust. The idea is that like when Faust sold his soul to the devil, he ultimately, to become the poet, he ultimately regains his soul for being the pure poet, which in the end Faust tricks the devil and regains his soul. And the same thing with Orpheus, he goes down to the underworld because he's such a great artist that he's able to work his way to the underworld and come back. So for me, we're trying to find the soul of the artist without avoiding the crossroads. And I would never play Crossroads. You know, nothing but terrible stuff's happening. Anyone who's ever played that song, I once saw Honeyboy Edwards, and he said, when I was there, he told me that he had food poisoning and was stabbed in the same week. Like, Eric Clapton, all that stuff happened with his kid. His house burned down. Skinner played Crossroads. Then the Allman Brothers played Crossroads originally, I think.
I believe, yeah.
Avoid it. Avoid playing it. Rick Rushing, don't play it anymore. Just let it go. Like, avoid it. What
would your superhero name be?
Man, I feel like Jack Endelouz probably is my superhero.
Who would your arch nemesis be?
Oh, I don't know that. Maybe my boss, probably.
What kind of work do you do outside of music?
Wait tables usually. If you're a good musician, you're probably pretty good at either waiting tables or doing construction. One of those two.
Yeah, there's definitely a type. Usually crazy and chaotic. So, who are some other of the local talent that you really enjoy collaborating with?
Well, the last Jack Endelouz EP, I kind of got a lot of the people I really love. We got Ryan Long from Opposite Box, plays a lot of keys. Brett Nolan plays keys on it. We got Beat Spaz, the DJ, did a lot of stuff. Nick Sturkey played drums on some of it. Got Endelouz and Haley Graham, which is one of my absolute favorite singers in town. She
I'll check her out. Opposite Box, I saw them when one of them went. They played a bar that I worked in 100 million years ago. That one of them wasn't even old enough to be in the bar yet. it was Will's and it was BJ's when they played there. But, okay, one more and then I'll let you go. So, if you could choose any 3 musicians or bands, dead or alive, 1 to tour with, 1 to write an album with, and 3 to party with, who would they be?
Well, I'm not really, those are some, I'm not really sure how many I get,
3.
but I'll say, I mean, who wouldn't, I mean, I guess if I got to tour with anyone, you have to want to tour with the Stones. First time I saw the Stones, Blind Melon opened for them, and then the next time I saw them, Wilco open for them, so, I mean, you would have to want to open for the Stones. Now, collaborate with, is that the next
write
one?
an album with.
Write an album with? Maybe Elvis Costello. I think maybe just younger. Maybe if he could help me channel younger, angrier Elvis Costello, that might be great.
And the third one was party with.
Who really likes to party? Probably just Snoop.
Snoop. So, everybody's listening. Anything you want to tell them before we go? The message is important.
The message. All right, you said that earlier. When you said, I don't know. You know, I do have a minor in philosophy, but sometimes you just sing. We're doing this Wilco thing tonight, so I think of the message. My favorite line, and I think if there's a message today, it's this. He says, our love is all we have. Our love is all of God's money. And I think that
Minor in philosophy, huh?
has to be the, yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me. Thank you guys for paying attention.
Look forward to hearing y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you to August and Eric, for
August has been
being
fantastic.
awesome.